Certain Liberty just came out a few weeks ago, and even though the game is pretty fun, it has its problems. And one of them is the way the movement works, the way the combat works. Sometimes it feels a bit clunky. And there's a few settings that can actually make it a bit easier for you. So let's see which ones they are. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Go to my Ko-Fi if you want to support my content. And let's get into it. So we're in the game, and you can see that if we go to controls, there's going to be certain things that you actually can enable and disable to make the way the game feels a bit different. First of all, for me at least, classic mode is the best way of doing it. Action mode doesn't really give me a lot of, what's the word, liberty to move around too much and be able to, for example, walk at the same time as looking backwards. Something like that in PvP is very important. Let me just close this so you can see. Like something like that in PvP is very important. So not having that enabled in action cam, it really sucks. Now, it is kind of more immersive, but it also feels a bit clunky sometimes. So personally, I go for classic mode. Left click to move, I would not really recommend, because you're going to try and probably eventually go in there and click on certain enemies other than targeting them. And if you can press this, you can end up moving instead. Now it's kind of a cool little thing that you can do if you really like it, but I would not do it. Auto move to interaction targets. That's whenever you're pressing F to like interact with something, you would start moving like this. Now this is not I didn't press F, but if you did, it would actually work. And that's actually pretty nice. I don't think there's any reason not to have that on. It's pretty easy, it's pretty nice. Q skills, honestly, I have it on, but it could be any other way. Like, it could be good, it could be bad, depending on the situation. It essentially makes it so whenever you don't have the resource or something like this into the ability you pressed, it'll queue, so whenever it does have it, it'll actually play, right? This is kind of useful. It can be useful, but sometimes it can actually prevent you from doing something you want. But honestly, most of the time, it'll be fine. As if you change your mind, you can just press another button and replace the queue that you had before. Auto move with range to attack target. That is one of the biggest things that I actually found very, very useful. Because before, I would click on this, for example. I'm just going to show you here. I'm just going to disable it for now. I would click on that, on this enemy. I click on it, and I would try to do, for example, my, queue. It would do nothing. It would say you're too far away from target. And it just doesn't really feel good. But instead, if you press it here and you go here, and you enable it, when you do it, everything already, look at that, is highlighted, because it's gonna walk there, and you're gonna press it and start walking towards the enemy, which is way more fun than the other way around, I think, personally. And it really has made the game feel way less clunky than before. Now, you can do this as well with range to use beneficial skills to allies. If you're a healer, that can definitely be good. And honestly, I would accept it. I don't see why not. But also, if you're not a healer, it's better to have this one, right? Use beneficial skills on self if target is out of range. That's pretty nice as well. So, hey, you want to heal someone, you have it clicked, but you actually want to heal yourself. If you have this on and you're out of target, you can make it so it instantly goes to yourself. That's pretty nice for certain abilities. So you're going to have to, depending on what you actually want, use one or the other. How to use non-target beneficial skills on self. That's also very nice. I don't see why you wouldn't have this on at all times. There's really nothing that could give you a negative from this, I don't think. Toggle basic attack. The thing about this one is very weird, actually, because if you go in here and you don't have a toggle on, you're gonna auto attack, and there's nothing you can actually do to stop auto attacking. You're just gonna continue doing it forever. And not only that, you're just not even gonna be able to press it to auto attack. Like, it's just not. I don't even know why you would have the button in the first place, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. There's just like no point. But if you go in here in settings and you actually accept it instead, you are gonna have to go, when you press there. I'm just gonna move out because those guys, I guess I'm killing the sandstorms. You can stop auto attacking whenever you want. You can press it and it'll stop. This gives you a little bit more liberty if you actually don't want to, do something else, or maybe you want, I don't know. I don't actually done PvP that much, but for some reason, if you want to stop attacking, this can actually be very good. Now, the next one is going to be toggle charge skills. I actually like getting this off, and essentially what it does is that whenever you actually have a charge skill, for example, like my death blow, when you press it once, it's going to charge, and the only time where it actually is going to go off is if it's completed, or if you press it again to interrupt it. This makes it so you can't make a mistake and actually press stop holding it in the other way, and you'll end up releasing it a bit earlier than you usually do before, right? Because that's what's gonna happen. Let me just go in here and show you the other way that it works. If you do it the other way, what you're gonna have to do is that you're gonna have to keep pressing the same button for, just keep it pressed, and as soon as you release it, it'll go off, right? So you're just gonna do this, and I release it, and then it happens. Now, both of them are fine. It really depends on your own, what's the word? On your own way of playing. But personally, I like it this way better. Now, this is not the same thing for toggled aim skills, because it does exactly the same thing. If you have it off, it makes it so you have to press the button for it to actually happen. If you have it on, you're gonna have to just hold it, and as soon as you release it, it instantly goes. And this is very good for aimed skills, because, for example, my charge, this is how it would work, right? You would have this, and, you know, if I have it off, I would have to press it again, no, unpress, and then press it again for it to happen. But instead, I can just press it once, and then instantly stop holding it, and it will move, which is super, super, super good. I'm gonna try it again just to show you how fast it is, how easy it is. And honestly, it's absolutely great, because it really helps with, especially with movement abilities, to move around very, very fast without having to wait and press the same button and lose some time. Look at this. I'm just gonna press it once. I'm just gonna tap it like this. That's so fast. That's so perfect, and it feels so much better. Same thing for aim skills lock on current target. Oh yeah. Now, this should be paired up to aimed skills lock current target on off. You want to have this off because if, for example, let's say that this is a PvP player that is, you know, that is chasing you, and you want to get it away, and you have a target at him, and a target on him, so you can do damage while you're moving away. Let's say you have this. If you have this on and you move this, I'm just going to show you here. Let's see. Oh wait, oh careful. There we go. If you have this on and you want to run away, and you want to, for example, try and aim it there, it will not. It will, as soon as you can see here, start aiming it towards him. So you cannot actually escape with this anymore. And I don't think that's very good. I think it's the choice of, you know, aiming it. It's way more powerful. Now, I guess it makes it a bit more skillful. You're gonna have to actually aim at where you want to go, but this gives you more possibilities, and I don't see any reason why you should not have this on. It is more skillful, but it's also optimal. I really wouldn't go with anything else but have this off target. Maybe there's some range scenarios where this is better, but I don't see it. Now for the next one, snap-on targeting for ground directional skills. Essentially, it will make it so whenever you have a targeting skill that is near an enemy, it'll actually target it as well. You can see that as I'm moving, it kind of, you know, when I get close to the target, it actually snaps on it and targets it. I think it's so much more useful than the other way around. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't have this, honestly. I think it's a nice thing to have. It makes the game feel a bit more, you know, the targets to feel a bit more smooth and everything, and it's just, I think it's the correct way of doing it. And that's about it. Honestly, that is all the things that I found out that makes the game a bit more smooth, a bit more interesting, and a bit more fun to play with, and less clunky. It still has a lot of issues than in terms of clunkiness, specifically in the movement, but it's really not that big of a deal. The game is still fun, and honestly, I was kind of thinking the game was not gonna be, it's just another pay-to-win game, but I think honestly, because of the amount of, you know, inspiration that I've gotten from other games, other MMORPGs, especially Gears 2, the game ends up being pretty fun. So we'll definitely see if it, you know, survives the first month, but I hope it does, because it is pretty fun. But tell me what you guys think, and of course, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Go to my Discord if you want to hang out off stream, and you know, also check all of our events, and go to my Twitch to watch me live. See you guys around. Love you all. Bye bye. Thing to have, it makes the game feel a bit more, you know, the targets to feel a bit more smooth and everything, and it's just, I think it's the correct way of doing it.